Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is your January 2024 monthly overview tarot reading. We are going to be looking at all of the energies, keywords, and the story that will unfold for you for this first month of 2024. So a big happy new year to all my Cancers out there. I hope that this year opens beautifully for you. We are in Capricorn season, and we do have a lot of Capricorn energy and earthy energies going on. So I would say this being your, direct opposite sign, Cancer, this could be a time where you're very much looking to balance your more sensitive emotional nature with a more practical, logical one. But both are very ambitious, both are cardinal signs. You're a cardinal sign, Capricorn's a cardinal sign. So, don't be surprised if this is a time where, you really are putting in extra effort, maybe extra work on something, and your resolve didn't start in the new year. I feel like your resolve is already there. It might have really come in strong, the month before, the last couple weeks, especially as the sun moved into Capricorn. And don't forget too, we also had that big full moon in your own sign on December 26th, which we're definitely still feeling the vibrations from. So let's get into it, guys. Let's see what we have for your keyword, your first keyword card of 2024. Spirit, show us what you have in the cards for our Cancers. And we have closure, which is beautiful. I think that this is an excellent time to close some things out, especially, anything that has to do with grief or loss or anything that you have been mourning. This is the perfect time to release, to let it go, to walk away, continue your path. And I think that that's a wonderful card to get too for a New Year card, because it really shows that, this last cycle's energy brought you closure, some healing on something. Try and get that card to stay in place for me. It's like, nope, things are moving. Things are moving forward. You may have gotten some answers or are receiving some answers or information as well through this month of January that helps you to release, to put a nice final ending, or to close the door on something that you had truly been wanting to walk away from or release for a long time. So let's get into your numerology. Let's get a special number for Cancer for the month of January. And look at this! Oh my goodness, what an amazing energy. And as I look at the bottom of the deck, it's 99 on the bottom and 9 on the top. So Cancer, completion and compassion here. This is all about closure, all about an ending. Wow. So your new year starts out with some super cycles coming to an end. True closure, true completion. The number 9 is a number that is our completions, because in our life path numbers, they go 1 through 9 and then they start over again. And irregardless of what your personal life path number is, you're bringing in that number of closure, completion. Something has come full circle for you, Cancer. And I think for a lot of you, it will bring relief and release. You're going to be so happy that something that, you thought was just going to hurt forever, something that you thought you'd be grieving forever, it just feels like a weight is lifted off of you as we move into the energy of January. Let's get some crystals and gemstones. Let's see what would be helpful for you to work with this month. And we have the pipestone, the catlinite. This is a root chakra stone, and it is also that of the energy of your ancestors. I feel like your spiritual guides, your guardians, your passed on loved ones, Cancer, they're coming through for you. They're helping you with this closure and this completion. They're letting you know somehow, either in dreams, symbols, synchronicities, that everything is going to be okay. If this has to do with you grieving the loss of a past loved one, they're letting you know, there's like, we're okay, we are fine. You're going to be fine. Get grounded, get stable, take the wisdom, take the, things that you learned from our time with you here. And on the bottom, we have the lepidolite. This is a beautiful third eye and crown chakra stone, and it says trust. So trust that the information you're getting from your ancestors is accurate, it's correct. If you want to work with these stones, as you work through the energy of January, if you're big into gemstones or crystals like I am, you might want to try those out, but these are beautiful messages coming through here, Cancer. Let's get a spiritual guardian, guide, or angel. Let's see who's coming from the spirit realm, who wants to help you out this January the most. And we have the goddess Kuan Yin. Notice we had that compassion card, with the 99. So, she is the bodhisattva of compassion. She embodies that spirit of kindness, of divine mercy. There it is. She is also very akin to the dragon, because many times in, artwork of Kuan Yin, you'll always see her, riding on the back of a very powerful, mighty dragon. And interestingly enough, this year is going to be the year of the dragon in the Chinese lunar cycle. That will begin on February 10th. So, get ready for that as well. But this is kind of saying, you are aligned with powerful forces. You are aligned with, a higher destiny, a higher calling. And your power is your compassion, your kindness. And it's like, release this with kindness, release this with compassion for yourself, because you don't have to carry that burden or that sadness around with you anymore. Let's get into your tarot, Cancer. What a reading this is turning out to be. We're going to do a classic Celtic cross, and I always do clarify each one of the cards with a second deck. I always like to get the extra messages for you. And these are, this one flipped up. Let's see, where did that go? One of them flipped over and flipped up and up around in the deck. That's how energized this reading feels. It'll come back around later, I guarantee. And I am also, I'm recording this reading on New Year's Eve. I really wanted to get these done a little sooner, but my asthma was really acting up off and on this past week, so I rested for that. And so now all the fireworks are going off. So this is a very energized reading here. All right, Knight of Cups right in the center of the Celtic cross. 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, more Knights, and the 10 of Swords. There you go. There is that completion right there. Message from Spirit is very, very strong in this reading. So right in the center, we have the Knight of Cups, very strong Pisces energy. And this is a card to me that always says there's love offers being given or received. Someone that you care about or someone that cares about you. You may be moving closer towards each other. This is that definite cup of love offer, right? And the other thing about the Knight of Cups sometimes is that it can be very seductive. It can be very overwhelming, someone that kind of sweeps you off your feet. So let's get an extra message on this to see, the nature of this person, if we can dig a little deeper into that. Ooh, and there's someone that makes you very happy, or, you feel very happy around, right? This is somebody with some Aries energy, some fiery energy, playful, upbeat, brings out your silly side, brings out your playful side and nature. So, this is definitely somebody that has good vibes, and it feels very brand new. It feels very fresh. It feels like something that you have not experienced before. So it's definitely kind of unknown, but I feel like this love is coming in very deep, because as we, clarified that on the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Cups as well. So I just feel like, this is definitely something that if you feel happy, if it makes you feel energized and uplifted, it's definitely a good direction for your heart to go in, whether you're single or coupled, right? This could also be for those already in a relationship that is like love is getting happier again, like you're maybe feeling like you're falling in love all over again. It really brings a lightness and just a happier energy into your love life and into the kind of people that you reach out to or reach out to you. In the immediate past, look at this. We have the Ten of Wands. So burdensome cycle coming to a close here, Cancer. This could have been very difficult times. A lot of times this is work, right? And I do feel like you've been working very hard. Capricorn season can definitely bring that through. I do feel like you're getting more into the energy of putting this down because it is in your past position. In some ways, it makes me feel like some of the hardest part is over, right? You've completed a lot of the tougher cycles. This can also come along with this closure and completion, of course, that you're letting go of something that's been weighing you down. And look at this. We have a 10 of Cups. So this is big cycles. You've got 3 out of 10, 3 of the 10s out of the 4. So to me, this is like, it's a choice, putting down this old burdensome cycle to embrace a happier reality. 10 of Cups is definitely just, you know, super happy relationships, your heart feeling happy. Again, you know, it's like going into the present energy. It's like, you want to be able to pursue love and have love pursue you, right? And so I feel like there's really this choice that either you've already made or you are in the process of making and leaving behind. You know, it's like, I can't work so hard, or I can't let the past weigh me down so much because it's keeping me from having this beautiful 10 of Cups, which is really obvious here. Going into the immediate future, we have the 7 of Cups. So there may be a lot of choices that you've got to make here, Cancer. You may be making some decisions. It's time to look at all your different options here. For my single Cancers, you might have more than one choice in love. You might have more than one choice of a job offer or place to live. There are definitely some decisions coming forward. Many times 7 of Cups indicates that you've got a lot of good choices to pick from, and that's actually what makes it a little bit harder. You know, if only one choice seems to be the best, it's a lot easier. But if we've got a couple and they all look pretty decent, we're like, well, which one is the best? So do a little research. Make a little effort into looking deeper into that, and it's going to be easier to make the decision, I would say, later in January. That's when we really come fully out of the shadow point of Mercury retrograde, which does end, by the way, on January 1st, is the end of our retrograde. It was a very short one, but it's still, you know, they always make an impact on us. So going into the later part of January, it will be out of its shadow point, and you'll be able to make a clearer decision at that time. So let's get a clarifier on that, very unclear sort of card, right? Yes, look at this. Oh my gosh. So, you know, when you have both of them come up together, you know, that's like Spirit saying, yep, I meant what I said. I put it out there and I really want you to pay attention. You've got to make some choices here, Cancer. There's got to be some decisions made. And if you don't make them, you're going to probably really, you know, you're not going to feel good about it. It's going to really, some opportunity will pass you by if you don't start to make some clear decisions later this month. And look at that. The next card out is the King of Cups, which to me is the Cancer King. And that's feeling very good within yourself. It's strong, it's trustworthy, it's loyal, it's emotionally mature. And I feel like this decision is a really big deal for you because it's going to level you up in some way. It's going to kind of grow you up. It's kind of going to mature you in a lot of ways. Just as we hear a helicopter going over. But it does. It takes you to the next level. It helps you to ascend. On the bottom, subconscious energy. What you're thinking about in your deep subconscious, what it is that you really want to focus on is the Knight of Pentacles. This is you moving forward slowly but surely towards your goal. You may be doing a lot of preparation or have done a lot of preparation here, Cancer. Again, you know, I see some similar energy in the 7 of Cups and also in the Knight of Pentacles. This is about wanting to be well prepared for the next stage of life, but you have to be very careful with these, right? Because the only danger is you take so long getting prepared or so long making the choice that the opportunity passes you by. So definitely, once you have gotten all your basics covered, once you've done your research, it's time to go. It's time to make the choice. It's time to move forward, because if you don't, that opportunity could pass you by until something comes back around again. Yes, and look at that Ace of Swords. And I feel like, yes, it is about clarity, victory, success, using your mind when it's clear that it's time to move or that it's time to go to the next level. It's very important for you to act on that. Yeah, there's that Aquarian energy, because that's when the sun moves into Aquarius, you know, January 19th, January 20th, you know, is that's really when things start to come into fuller focus. On the top, crowning the spread, message from Spirit, is that Ten of Swords. To me, this, again, you've got 3 out of the 4 tens here. Tens are big cycles coming to a completion, coming to a closure. Spirit's really letting you know, it's like, Cancer, the worst is behind you. I feel that very, very strongly in this reading. You know, you've gone through some really tough times. For some of you, it could have been even 10 years ago, 10 months ago, even 10 days ago. Like, there's a lot of energy of that 10 coming through, the 9 and the 10, my goodness. But this could be saying, you know, it's time to release that. It's time to let that go. The worst has happened. The toughest things have gone, you've gone through them. And it's time to turn the page, especially as this new energy, this new year comes in. Yeah. Yep, and look at that. We've got the Devil, Capricorn energy, and many times, guys, we know, you know, Capricorns, I always say, are creatures of habit. That's why, you know, the Devil is about those habits and routines. But many times they're not routines that we particularly like, or maybe they're routines we've fallen into just as a course of habit. Like, we've just gotten used to thinking that way, acting that way, doing a certain thing, being sad about the same old thing all the time, right? And it's like, this is really saying it's time to release anything that's become a negative habit, anything that's holding you back from your growth and from your lightness of being. And, you know, Capricorns can really get in ruts. I speak from experience because I am a Capricorn. So, you know, we know how to work with that Devil card. We know how to, you know, you got to learn how to release that heavier energy. Don't get, you know, trapped in a situation where you are, you know, doing things that don't make you happy anymore. Simple as that. Let's get into some advice and suggested approach for Cancer for this January. And we got the Page of Pentacles. Yes. Yep. 5 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. And the 7. Yes, a lot of coins here. A lot of pentacle energy. Wow. Okay, so let's start out with the Page. This is your suggested approach, is definitely, you got to start somewhere, Cancer, and it is time to start at the beginning. This is an investment. This is earth energy. It is it's time to plant seeds of intention. It's time to make an investment of time, energy, resources. Even if you don't have a lot to invest, even if you don't have a ton, right? The Page is young energy. It starts out with one little coin, but that one little coin can turn into something amazing if it's invested wisely and consistently over time. Yep, and the Queen of Cups, right? This is partly an investment in yourself, for sure. An investment in maybe your love life or your emotional well-being. Queen of Cups is very careful about who she lets into her inner circle. Very much to me a Scorpio queen energy, right? But she is also very nurturing, very caring, you know, very compassionate, loving, very psychic, right? Very intuitive. And so to me, it's like, it's time as well to invest in your own self and invest in what your intuition is telling you is right for you. Going into what you need to know. We do have the 5 of Cups, and not surprising, I feel this one all over your reading, because there is something that is coming to completion. To me, the Five of Cups is definitely mourning, it's release, it's, those regrets, those old things that hurt, and you could be still kind of crying over it, or kind of, mourning the loss, those Three of Cups that have spilled. But always remember, in that card, the powerful thing is that there's two cups still standing. Not all is lost. And so it's really important that at some point, once that grief cycle is over, that we start pouring back into the two cups that are still standing, because not all is lost. There's still a lot to celebrate, and there's a lot to enjoy. But if we continue to, mourn over the things that we cannot change, we lose the power to change the things that are standing right in front of us. Right? And here it is. Yeah, I mean, Cancer, look at this Four of Wands. There's the celebration. There's the happiness. There's the soulmate energy with the 1111 that is, shown in the Four of Wands. This can be something that could make you really happy. But as long as you continue to mourn the loss or mourn the past, it's very hard to access that energy and that reality. So let's get into hopes and fears. This is the Two of Pentacles. I do think that there is a little bit of concern or fear about losing your balance, losing your sense of direction. Capricorn, Jupiter energy, right? To me, the Two of Pentacles is often a life-work balance card, because to me, it's like if you're working too much and enjoying your life too little, or vice versa, this is really calling you to get back into balance with that. And, it's one of those things that you might be afraid, like you're like, I got this thing I got to do. And if I don't, if I take a break, I might lose my momentum. But honestly, this is telling you that if you don't take a break, you really risk burnout and, losing something that you really do feel good about. So let's get a clarifier on the Two of Pentacles. Yes, the Magician. The immediate message that comes into my head when I see this is that you're not giving yourself enough credit for how powerful you actually are. You may be living a little bit in scarcity mode, like I've got this job, or I've got this thing, or I've got this hobby, and it's kind of like it's all I've got. So hang on to it, and I maybe work at it too much because I don't believe that I have enough power to get something more or to grow past it. And so there it is. It's like this is telling you that you don't always trust in yourself enough, or believe in your own power quite enough. That's why this becomes a fear rather than a hope, right? At times. So I'm not telling you to quit your day job or anything like that. I have my other jobs that I do as well besides tarot, because we've got to pay the bills. I understand that. But this is something where I absolutely think you can expand beyond the here and now, and the life-work balance is very important to you. Going into the immediate outcome for this month as we come to the close of Capricorn and Aquarius, at the end of January, we do have the Seven of Pentacles. So to me, this is slow and steady wins the race. Again, I feel like this ties into this Page of Pentacles that we had in the suggested approach. Again, it's like planting that seed, putting in that effort. This is cultivating the seeds once they're already planted. This can definitely be a card of patience. You may feel like, oh my gosh, I just want this garden to grow, but it won't grow any faster than it can, right? And so I also would say that while you're waiting for these things to grow, once you've done your due diligence to nurture and cultivate, and you water it and you make sure it's doing well, it's fine to walk away from it and work on other things. It's that old saying of a watched pot never boils. It's like sometimes when you hyper-fixate or hyper-focus on something so hard, it feels like it never grows. But then when you cultivate it, you put your work in, pat down the ground, make sure the seeds are good, walk away for a few days, come back, you'll start to see them, come to fruition a little bit better and easier, because you're not so focused on only that one thing. So allow things to grow at their own pace, Cancer, and don't be afraid to work on other things while they do. Let's get a clarifier on Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of really beautiful energy here. Page of Swords. See, there we go. Don't be afraid to listen to other, courses of thought. Don't be afraid to educate yourself. There could even be better ways to grow the seeds or to do the business that you're doing, right? Page of Swords is Gemini energy. This is all that information that comes to us. I wouldn't believe everything you read on the internet. This is my card. I always say that about this card. But good information that comes from a reliable source, absolutely. That's what you want to pay attention to, and that's a great card for that. The thing I feel running through this, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, certainly slow and steady wins the race, but you're going to have to make some big decisions this month, because if you don't make some, kind of put your foot down and make some inroads a little deeper than what you have been, you risk the, loss of the opportunity until a future point. Lots of tens. So things are coming full circle, coming all around to, completion here and closures. On the bottom of the two decks, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Lover's card. So yeah, there's decisions maybe in love. There's just some decisions maybe in work. You could be choosing between more than one person. The person you're interested in could be choosing between more than one person. So yet again, this is something to pay attention to. Don't miss opportunities if you don't want to miss them. This can also be a fabulous combination undercurrent in your reading that can show that you are aligning with people that would be excellent to work with, because Three of Pentacles is a, teamwork is what makes the dream work card. And it also is Capricorn energy, Capricorn and Mars energy. And Mars is in Capricorn this month, starting on January 4th. So this is, to me, a very blessed time to make decisions when it comes to your love life or to your work or career advancement. Great time to network, great time to meet people. There's a meeting of the minds here. Maybe you can both work at something that you truly, really love. It's a fabulous month. Lots of opportunities kind of at every corner, and a lot of old cycles closing out as new ones arrive. Beautiful read, Cancer. Let's get an affirmation on this for you. Look at that. What did I say about the new beginnings coming in? Very, very strong energy here. Step into the journey without fear. The time is now. Follow your instincts and have faith in new beginnings. The road ahead is filled with excitement and joy. There is nothing to be afraid of. You are protected and led by your spirit guides. And your spirit guide very strongly this month is Kuan Yin, and your ancestors. That's really who's really speaking to you this month. But yeah, let go of fears, let go of, nervousness, Cancer. The time is now for you guys. Have a wonderful January. Happy New Year again, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care.